Yeah, look, I thought Marshall came in here and we had heard they were really good. Don't let the record deceive you. It's not indicative of what kind of team they have. And I thought they played like us, to be honest with you. I thought they played relentless, and I knew after Friday they basically sent a message: we're not going away. And I thought for the first time all year we probably played a little bit tight. I could sense it throughout the dugout and the way we were playing. But when you look at the big picture and everything, obviously, like I told the club after Sunday, we sent them to the locker room. We had a very mature talk with them. We got an older club and wasn't a lot of screaming and yelling. It's baseball. There's going to be peaks and valleys throughout a season, and this weekend was a valley. And I said one way to look at it is keep things in perspective. Number one, we didn't lose the series. Number two, our program's at a point now where we're expected to not only win these series but sweep them. And but I got to give Marshall a lot of credit. I thought every arm they threw at us was really good, and as advertised, I thought their left-handed pieces in the bullpen were really tough on our lefties. And I thought for the first time really all year we really missed Steele in the lineup. We kind of got by without him. Well, we needed that power right-handed bat to combat their left-handed guys in the bullpen, and we didn't have it to go to, and I thought we really missed him. But at the end of it all, we're still in first place in our division, and we got to get our edge back. We got to play more loose like we have most of the year, and don't get caught up in hosting and all that stuff that we hadn't been talked about around here. I think it kind of got to our guys a little bit. And I understand that it's human nature, but we have a good team. We have an older team. We've had some big wins. We're going to have some more. And look, if you've been around baseball long enough and been in the arena, you have these weekends. And it's good to face a little adversity and see how you respond. You don't want to face adversity when you get in postseason. I can tell you that because there's not time to respond. But we got time to respond, and our guys will be ready to go at practice today. We took yesterday off, and I know we'll have a good practice. We'll get back to the basics. We're not going to change anything. There's no reason to panic. We have a really, really good team, and I love our team, and we're going to rebound and get back in the win column. And we're playing another good team this weekend, Middle Tennessee. I think two things that jump out at you with them is they got 84 stolen bases and 115 attempts. So they run a lot, and then their pitching numbers are really good. They don't walk people and they throw strikes. I know one of their guys, Brown, I believe, is top 4 or 5 in the country in strikeouts. So put this one behind us last weekend, and we're going to move on and get ready for Middle Tennessee.
Go ahead, Ben.
Coach, you mentioned having the talk with the team in the locker room. Obviously, a mature club, and I think sometimes, like you said, when you look at the record, it probably feels like more of a letdown when you really did split the series. But what do you hope your team learns from this weekend going forward with 3-4 weeks left in the regular season?
I think the main thing, and we talked about it, is we told them to go to the locker room. I just didn't want to meet out in the outfield and in the dugout, and a lot of waiting to see their families and stuff. I know they get distracted, so I just wanted their attention. It wasn't to send them back there so we could flip over couches and stuff and go crazy. It wasn't none of that. It was main thing is, look, you're 18 to 22, and we can talk till we're blue in the face about you got to show up. This is a better team than their record, but you look at it on paper, and I think a little bit of that crept into our guys. We got a good club. We're in first place. We're going to show up. We're going to get it done, and that don't always happen. It's college baseball. It's college athletics, and I'll give them a lot of credit. Again, I didn't think we were relentless like we usually are, and I thought they were. They sent a message: we're not going away, and quite frankly, I think it kind of caught our guys off guard, and we knew we were in a battle. And before you know it, they've won 2 ball games. So hope we learn that you have to bring it every time you go out, especially as we navigate toward the end of the season, get into postseason. Hopefully that every weekend, every game, every pitch is ultra important. And besides the 20-6 game at Rice, there really hadn't been a lot of innings that weren't significant in our conference play. I mean, every pitch, every inning has meant something. There's been something on the line. So it's a good league. All you got to do is look at it. I think we're the 5th ranked league RPI-wise in the country, I think. So we got a really, really good baseball league, and every team's good. I've said it from the beginning. I don't think a lot separates the very top team to the very bottom. And I think you saw that this weekend. And you got to be ready to go. Is the message and the lesson. No matter who you're playing, you got to respect your opponent, and you got to bring it like you do every weekend.
Go ahead, Corey.
Lane, you mentioned Steele at the top. Do you guys anticipate getting him back in the lineup on a full-time basis this weekend?
We do. He's feeling better. He's been working hard to get back. Nobody wants to be on the field worse than he does, I can assure you. And he's a tough young man, and he has a high pain tolerance. So you know if he's not playing that it's really bothering him. But he does feel better. I think we're going to push the issue this week, starting today. He's got to start practicing and getting reps, taking BP in the outfield, throwing, running. We don't want to push him so hard that he re-injures it, but the longer he don't take those reps or he's not doing it full speed, it's going to be harder for him to get back into game shape. So it'll start today. We're going to push him pretty hard and as hard as we can and as much as his body can take. And hopefully this weekend he'll be back. And even if he's back, he's missed basically a month. It's going to be hard to get back up to game speed. But having Steele in your lineup, it's a threat. It's a physical right-handed bat that can do damage with one pitch. He can change the outcome of a ball game, and he makes the opposing pitching coaches and pitchers work. They have to be careful, and it's stressful when you're pitching to a guy like that. So just his presence in the lineup means a lot to us, and hopefully, Corey, this weekend he'll be ready to go.
Go ahead, Ben.
And I think, talking about the pitching side of things, obviously the 9-run inning is one of those things that you see happen at various points during a season. But we've talked a lot about the bullpen throughout the year, and we know a lot of the guys down there are more 3-out guys. How do you try to balance that as a coach, knowing that at this point in time, really you can only lean on Krieger and Tompkins for more than 3 outs and trying to not use them in the same game?
Yeah, it's a great point, Ben. And look, that's one of the issues with the 4-game weekends. Guys have to pitch multiple times, maybe in a day, in different games. And Tompkins, he hadn't been great back to back. He usually needs a day if he has to throw more than one inning. And Krieger's still coming back. We probably shouldn't have sent him back out there the third time. He's still 10 months off surgery, so he's a competitor. He wanted the baseball, but he's probably not ready for that. So we got to do a better job of that as a staff. Starts with me and navigating our bullpen. And it's the tough thing about not playing midweek games. And this is for everybody. This ain't just Louisiana Tech. You can't have tryouts on the weekend. We got arms down there, but I thought Wesley Krieger was really good. I thought his velocity was up 97. Our board said, but you got to throw strikes, especially when you come out of the bullpen. And there's a core group of guys we're leaning heavily on, and it just midweek games you can run them out there. They're important, but it gives you an opportunity, an inning here. Let's see if this guy can get 3 outs. We don't have that luxury right now. Every conference game is important, and you can't have tryouts on the weekend. So it makes it difficult, not only for us, but for everybody. And we'll throw sim games again today. We had last week one of our young men, he made the travel roster because of his sim game last Tuesday. So we'll see today. Maybe somebody else will emerge. And we didn't use him this weekend, but he showed us last Tuesday, throw strikes and has the ability to get us an out here or there. But we definitely need some guys to step up. It's no secret. And we're just riding our starters too hard. Those innings are starting to stack up. Fincher and all of them, Jennings, Wharf, Gibson, we're wanting them to pitch us deep into the ball game. They normally do, but it would be great to not have to. It's like Fincher every time out. It's 118, 115, 121. And, when it starts adding up on you because all his pitches on Friday night, everybody wants to be Friday night guy. They're stressful pitches. You're facing the other team's number one, and you're going to get your best shot on Friday night. Everybody's jacked up and ready to go on Friday night. So all those pitches are real stressful. So you go 121, probably 115 were really stressful. It starts to add up. So definitely need some guys to step up in the bullpen, and they will. Hopefully they will. And I think this weekend might have been a wake-up call to a lot of people.
Go ahead, Corey.
Lane, how much do you think it is made when you talk about pitchers getting into a routine and a rhythm. Obviously, with Ryan being in his brother's wedding, it kind of moved the starting rotation around a little bit. How much is there to be made about pitchers being in their routine, being in their pitches, knowing kind of what day they're usually going to throw?
I think most of it depends on the individual. Some people it probably bothers them if they get moved up or bumped back and they're out of their normal routine, and some guys could probably care less. I thought Ryan threw really well Sunday. I called him out in the post game, and I was very proud of him. He was away from us essentially for 3 days. He flew middle of the night, got back home at 10 o'clock. We had a 10 o'clock start, so he probably didn't get much sleep, and I thought he came out and threw really well. They got on a couple balls, hit him out of the park, and but his velocity was good. He was throwing strikes. He got us deep into the ball game, which we needed him to, and with a chance to win when he walked off the mound. So I was very proud of him. And I think most of that's the individual. Some guys get in a routine and want to stay in it, and if that gets altered in any way, it may affect them. And some guys probably doesn't affect them at all. But yeah, there's a difference pitching at night and day, and there were a lot of moving parts this weekend for us, moving games around, and we had Jennings obviously at the wedding. Kyle Krieger's grandfather passed away. Unfortunately, he had to leave Saturday night. We weren't going to use him Sunday anyway, but he had to go to the funeral. He just got back today, so not excuses, but we had a lot going on, and it was a wake up call weekend. We got punched in the mouth, but I like our program being there. It's expected to not only win the series but sweep, and that's where we want it to be. We want our fans and our alumni and our supporters to expect us to do that. And again, keep it in perspective. We didn't lose a series, and we're still in first place. So everything's in front of us. So we just got to take care of business, get our edge back, and get back on the field.
Go ahead, Ben.
And you mentioned, I think, starting Friday night's the start of a 9-game road trip, and obviously you want to get the first one at Middle Tennessee. But, what will that message be heading into the weekend, other than, get your edge back, play with more focus, and play with who we are?
I think loosen up too, Ben, and I just felt like we played very tentative this weekend. First time I've seen us play that way since the very beginning of the year. Just felt like we weren't having as much fun for whatever reason, and I don't know if it's all the noise, and guys felt like, hey, we got to win every game, we can't lose, and that's going to work against you in baseball when you get that mentality of we can't lose. You just got to go out and play and cut it loose, and that'll be the message all week. Go have fun. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Let the coaches worry about that. You go play. And when we do that, we're hard to beat, and I think you saw us do that most of the year. And it's a good club we're playing this weekend. Middle Tennessee's really good. You say that every weekend, and all you got to do is look at their numbers, especially their pitching numbers. But since I've been here, I don't know why. It's no recipe, nothing I've done. But we play good on the road. We just have. We're 7-1 in league play on the road right now, 7-5 at home. Sometimes you go on the road, you get that core group of your travel roster, your 30 guys, and they're together, and there's not a lot of riffraff in the dugout. It's 30 guys that know they're probably going to play and have an effect on the outcome of the game. And you're on the bus, you're in the hotels, you're eating together. You develop that brotherhood, and I think sometimes it's us against the world when we're on the road, and I think we're comfortable in that position, just having the chip on our shoulder. So who knows, maybe it'll be good getting away and just getting out there and cutting loose and playing our game.
Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, Lane, you kind of alluded to it there a little bit, but I did want to get your thoughts on, because I know you guys had back-to-back home series. Is this like one of those rare road trips where it's actually going to be good and beneficial to not be playing at home?
Could be. We love playing here, obviously, in front of our fans and in our new ballpark. I've been doing this a long time, and I've been in postseasons where when you host like a regional, you can feel the team, man. It's like, oh, we got to win. Everybody's expecting us, and you don't play quite as well. And then you go on the road to a super, and you play great because you just relax and play baseball. So sometimes I think it is beneficial to go on the road. In our sport, I think you kind of loosen up. You don't have all the ticket requests and people pulling at you in different directions. You're not having to go to class and all this stuff. You're just kind of together in our little bubble, and that's what we do. We keep everybody together. We don't let them go out and about this time with the COVID stuff. So It's just like your core group of 30 guys, and again, it's a dugout where everybody's locked in. There's not guys in there that aren't going to play, and they know it, and just not a lot of shenanigans and riffraff. And we'll see. I mean, I think we've played well on the road. I like the way we approach it when we go on the road. It's more of a business like, and our guys have fun, and hopefully that's what we need to get back to this weekend.